Welcome back, guys. Mike here, Money, Marriage, and Media, and today we are looking at the lead attorney. I'm hoping I said that right because lead attorney's like 6'4" or something like that. I ain't trying to have no problems with that, man. We both from the same. We both live in the same city too, so you never know, right? But what lead attorney has going on today is he's having a chat with a subscriber about relationships and finances in a relationship. Right up my alley, right? Okay, so the description of the video gives us a little heads up. This is 26-year-old subscriber is in college and wants to be happy. She wants to become an English teacher, not because she likes teaching, but because she wants to pay the bills. She anticipates that when she graduates, her and her boyfriend will bring home $2,000 a month. Yeah, they'll each bring home $2,000 a month because okay, I read that right. They live in California. Can they live off for what essentially is $4,000 a month to pay the bills? Rent, mortgage, utilities, food, clothing, transportation, health insurance. These costs add up. Will she dump her man to find another who takes home more than $2,000 a month? What do you think? Now, back when I was a financial coach, this is the kind of stuff what we do. We'd literally sit down. Of course, I would be sitting down with the both of them, trying to figure it out. Unless they're not married, so I would probably just sit down with one and then with her, and then if she wanted to bring her boyfriend in because they're going to live together, then I would sit down with both of them. But if you're not married, chances are I'm not going to go over your finances with somebody who you're not in a contractual obligation with or you're not living with, because that tends to be personal, and we just not we don't do that unless the client actually is requesting it. Sometimes with people living together, sometimes they will request it, but most times it just don't happen like that. But look, guys, we're gonna go ahead and jump in and see what we got here.
Let me ask you this, because if you're going to make 30 grand, he's in the same program with you, right? This Asian guy?
Yeah.
And so he's going to be an English teacher too?
Uh-huh.
So he's going to make 30 grand starting out too?
Guess so, yeah. Yeah.
Who thinks Jasmine is going to stay with a man making $30,000?
I don't really care.
She said, I don't. Let's do the math. Let's do the
I think she said I don't care. I think she was trying to say she doesn't care about the money. Well, there's a reason why she's saying that, and we're going to get to it. But a lot leads pulling out the
I did the math for a man Swoops,
Yeah.
and we find out Swoops was winning. $30,000, but that's gross. This is what Jasmine's man's going to make, $30,000. So let's say net, he takes home, let's say $25,000 a year. All right, he takes home $25,000 a year. Now, divide that by 12. That's let's say $2,083 a month. Where are y'all living right now? Are y'all in a house or an apartment?
Apartment.
How much is your rent?
I mean, I don't pay rent. We stay with his parents.
Oh my God, you stay with the parents.
And see, that's why she was trying to make that statement about she don't care about money, because you literally living for free. Money's not that important. This young lady is about to get the shock of her life. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's why conversations like this, I'm glad she took the time the lead attorney is actually breaking this down for her, because if nobody ever did it for her,
That's all right.
Yeah.
Once you get married, are you going to move out, or are you going to continue to stay with the parents?
I mean, by the time we're thinking about that, hopefully we're making enough money to where we can move out.
Okay, where you're staying right now, it's an apartment. Do you know how much his parents pay in rent?
I think it's like 3,000.
All right, so let me get this straight. So your man makes $2,000 a month. That's how much he brings home. But the rent is $3,000. Let me ask you this. Let's say how many bedrooms is your place?
3.
All right. Let's say you don't have any kids. Let's say you get a 2-bedroom. How much does two-bedroom apartment cost where you live?
That's hard because it kind of really depends on where it's at. Okay.
Okay, right off the bat, we already were. I don't. Lead attorney's a good guy, but right off the bat, we have an issue because it's easy enough to see that there's a major deficit, but there's why are they going for a 2 bedroom? They shouldn't be. I mean, you living in California and you're broke. You're living at the poverty line because California is expensive. Um, you should be looking for a loft or a loft, maybe a 1 bedroom. And I suspect just because if you just been living with your parents the whole time, I mean, she looked like she's in a closet right now. It's still gonna be a major adjustment for her, but she shouldn't be looking at a 2 bedroom because they don't make enough money. What I would normally tell my clients is that whatever your rent should be, a fourth of your take home pay. Now, that's why I already know 2 bedrooms is out of the question. It doesn't matter what it costs. If you're paying $3,000 for a 3 bedroom, no, you need 1 bedroom. That's what you should be looking for. But
I can say like 2,500.
see, no, that's still too high, and it's obvious.
I'm
The,
not really too worried about the money in the future because I don't like to live like extravagant lifestyle. I just want to be able to eat food.
how you so
She's capping for the camera because you're gonna sit here and say that you don't care about money, but you're choosing to live with your parents or his parents for free. You see how those two things don't go together? But a lot of times, see, this is why, guys, I put the earnest on you. You're supposed to have the plan. Now, maybe he worked it out to where they can stay with the parents. But I just got to talking to one of the young guys I used to work with. He's in a similar situation. Shout out to you. You know who you are because he subscribed to the channel. But they're in a similar situation to where they're still living. He's living with her parents, but he's working on a plan to get them out of there. That's why I said that's the only reason I bring him up because he knows that at some point, like you wear out your welcome staying with your parents. That's you're not in school anymore. I mean, why are you still there? You should go out and work some more, make some more money. But let's keep going because this is only gonna get better.
you're going to pay for the if the rent costs 2,500 and he only makes 2,000, he's in the whole 500 and he hasn't put gas in the car. He hasn't put a spoonful of food in your mouth. He hasn't bought you a spaghetti strap t-shirt. He ain't bought nothing. He can't even cover the rent.
Yeah, I'm not.
How
I
long
don't
y'all
really
been
think
together? How long y'all been together?
It's got to be a
only
couple years.
8 months.
7 months. Okay. And right now, you're not paying rent, right?
Wait, you've been together 7 months and you're living with this guy in an apartment that his parents are paying for? That's a red flag. If I had a client tell me that, I'm done. I'm done because either she's not being honest or there's no point in continuing the conversation because I'm gonna wish them the best and I'm gonna give them some general advice and I would just move on because that's a train wreck waiting to happen. You moved in with a guy who you've known for 7 months. Maybe I heard that wrong. Let's go back. 'Cause maybe I heard that wrong.
Together. How long y'all been together?
Only 8 months.
7 months. Okay. And right now,
Red flag. You moved in with a guy after 7 months and y'all talk. I mean, if you're talking about getting married, I guess, but neither one of y'all, what are the circumstances that they had to move in together? Because if he's living in his parents' apartment, he already got that place. So why is he bringing what? This sounds like a charity case. She ain't going nowhere. Nah, remember we read about that instruction. She gonna leave her man. She ain't going nowhere. She can't. Where's she gonna go?
You're not paying rent, right?
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not paying rent. Before you were with him, were you paying rent?
No,
Where were
I was
you
with
before?
my mom.
You were with your mom, so now you moved out with him and you're not paying rent.
Uh-huh.
And then when he gets out, he's not gonna be enough. He's not gonna be able to pay rent by himself.
No, we both have to contribute. I expect this to be a co-partner type of deal when it comes down to living life. It's not like how it used to be where the man can make all the money and the
Okay, so
woman
let's
can
do
stay
this.
home.
So both of y'all are making the 2,000. So now both of y'all are making $4,000 a month. Two for you and two for him, right? And then you take out the rent, which is 2,500. How much are how much do you think the utilities will be?
It depends if you pay on like electric and gas or not.
Yeah, let's say electric, water, light, how much is that?
Okay, here's the issue. If this woman has been living for free for the majority of her life, she can't answer these questions. She can't. She just guessing. I mean, because she didn't even know how much the rent was. How's she gonna know what utilities? She ain't never had. If she's been living for free, she ain't got nothing in her name. Like, yeah, that's
Just ballpark.
I don't know, like 800 a month.
800 a month. So you do it minus 800.
800
Okay.
a month in
How much are you gonna
utilities.
spend on food?
Honestly, we can go pretty cheap on food.
Okay.
I'm not like maybe 200.
200. All right. Do both of y'all have cars?
Yeah.
All right. Are the cars paid off?
Yeah.
Hi.
I did it again.
She's talking Japanese. Guys, her boyfriend is Japanese, right? So she be talking Japanese to your boy. What did we say? We said you were at 700, and then your food you said was 200. All right, and then how much is gas do you pay a month for both of y'all?
A month? I don't
Let's
know, because my car, like mine's is like an '05 Ford Focus, and it only takes like $40 to fill up every like once a week.
Okay, so yours is $40 once a week. So that's 40, 80, 120, 160 for you. And let's say his the same way?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so that's 160 for him. Do y'all have health insurance?
No.
I do, but I have like the free stuff.
All right, what about him?
He doesn't have it.
No? All right, what about personal hygiene? When you go to the soap, all this and all that, how much do you think you spend a month on that?
Honestly, I don't know, because my mom keeps buying me stuff, so I wouldn't really know, because I kind of get the cheapest thing I could find.
Another red
Yeah,
flag.
I live like a peasant now. I'll continue to live like a peasant.
But see,
this can't be the whole story. Something's missing, because this is not making sense. Because again, like number one, hygiene stuff should be included in the food cost. Because you get this stuff grocery store, same store, right? But mom is still sending that stuff. Something's going on here. So this is the problem when you look at clips, because how is she surviving now? How's he surviving? Are the parents just paying for everything? Again, these are all red flags, because there's just not enough information here to where I would make any kind of, I would give them some advice and say, okay, you need to go to work now. And while you're living at home for free, you need to be saving up, because yeah.
See, that's the thing. It's like, if both of y'all are working, Jasmine, both of y'all are working, and after 30 days, you're left with $180. Are y'all ever going to go out to a restaurant? Are y'all ever going to go take vacation? Do y'all have any debt, any credit card debt?
No, not me.
Does he have any credit cards?
I think so, but he pays it off.
How does he pay it off with $180?
Oh.
God.
Wrong question. Because that assumes that he's making that money now. She said when they graduate. So again, more information that's missing here, because is there an income source now? We don't know.
Guys, what I'm telling you. This is why they need guidance. Can you imagine? You know, Swoops asked me. Swoops was like, "Am I rich?" Yes. Like this is what two people are making. It's tough. $180 at the end of every month. I mean, what if you get a flat tire? What if what type of car is it that you have?
An '05 Ford Focus.
'05, so that's 5, 10. So your car is 18 years old?
Oh yeah, that thing is on its deathbed soon, but I'm planning on.
Guys, there's nothing wrong with her driving that car. What I would be more concerned with is the lack of accountability. Because again, you don't know how much things cost, so there's a good chance that she ain't taking care of that car to begin with. If you got to drive something, that's cars are temporary. Don't be scared to buy an old car. If you're in her position, she doesn't need she's driving the perfect car for her because it's paid for. So in those situations, I'm always going to advise the clients, don't try and fix it. I mean, fix it. Don't try and go take out a loan to go get another one, because that's only going to create more problems. Don't. This is a hard case because there are a lot of red flags here, and there's very little accountability. But this situation is workable, and I'm gonna tell you how in a few minutes.
On like getting a proper job and saving up for a newer car.
We already talked about your proper job. How much is your new car? What's the payment on your new car going to be?
I don't know. I want a Kia Soul, and they're like $23,000.
So let's say the note on your mortgage is $250. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, according to NADA, the average car payment in the United States is $600 a month on a 6-year loan. I don't know where she's gonna find it.
$250. Look what you're at the end of the month. Look where you're at the end of every single month. Now, let's say this is January. What happens in February? Right? In February, it's $140 in the hole. Then $210 in the hole. $280 in the hole. In the hole. You know, it's tough, Jasmine, right? Listen.
You don't have to answer that question. I'll answer the question.
Guys, it's actually worse than what he said, because number one, he didn't include interest that's gonna get calculated from you being negative. There's also the charges that are gonna come from the bank for you having your account go negative. So yeah, that compounds. So look, I told y'all before that this situation is workable. It is. Number one, because she talked about marriage. So in the event, because believe me, I sit down with people like this. I'll tell you, I've sat down with people like this. The situation is workable if you can get some accountability going on. The story, the questions, the answers that she was giving, there's too many holes in that. And see, one of the things that you learn about a financial coach is funny, because I've watched Lead Attorney. Like, the dude is, he is very detail oriented. So I was a little surprised when he was letting her go about a lot of stuff without asking too many questions, because that's just what he does. I mean, real life attorney, right? That's his job, to pick people's statements apart. But there are several holes in the things she was saying, and I'm just going to chalk it up to him being like trying to be nice to her. But hold on, I got to put on my hoodie for this one. Yeah. All right. So number one, they need a wake up call. So I understand that you can't wait. They can't wait till graduation to go get a job, because the impression that she gave is she's not working right now. And she's probably using that excuse of, well, we're in school right now, so we're kind of focused on that. That's a bunch of BS. I'm telling you, because I got a bachelor's degree, and I worked. Like, dude. Secondly, do you have their situation is workable because they're not paying anything right now, which means that you can go get a job and start saving up. Number one. Number two, there's nothing that says you can't go get a part-time job with your full-time job. Delivering pizzas will pay you anywhere from 15 to about 19, to about 1,800 a month in part-time. You working nights and weekends. Now, you guys you're not going on dates. You're living in the restaurant. If you're not working, she says she wants to be a teacher. After you leave from teacher, you're going directly to the restaurant to start delivering pizzas. But again, that's another $1,500 a month per person. So those situations are worth it. I mean, and the only time you're off time, you're sleeping. But again, you want to have a plan that says what you're doing with your money, because no one expects you to maintain that kind of work ethic forever. It's only temporary until, number one, you have a mapped out plan of how you're going to progress in your career. And number two, it's until you can work out. You got to work out some other things. Number one is that the lead attorney talked about health insurance. I'm going to be honest, you need life insurance before you need health insurance. Because health insurance ain't, you get in a car accident and your husband get in a car accident and he dies, health insurance ain't going to help with that. But you now missing the $2,000, no, the $3,500, because he's delivering pizzas at night. You're now missing $3,500 a month from his income, which means you're done. So you need life insurance more than you need health insurance. Plus, she says she's getting it for free right now anyway, probably because she's a student, but whatever. The point is that they're going to have to make some hard decisions. Sitting down with a licensed financial coach, they can help guide you through that process. But you have to be, when you sit down with a financial coach, and there are certain things that you already have to come to the table with. Now, one of the goals of the money playlist is to get you guys ready to sit down with a licensed professional. Because so many times people just think, well, they're just going to solve all my problems and I got to do nothing. No, there's a certain level of work that needs to be done before you sit down with a licensed professional. Stay tuned to the money playlist, and guys, you'll be ready. I promise you. But back to the topic here. So now their income has gone from $4,000 a month to about $6,000. Because, it's going to fluctuate a little bit, but $6,000 a month is doable. Number one, if we're in agreement as to what we're doing, what we're working this hard for. That's number one. Number two, we're in agreement, which means that we're going to be cutting our expenses. The biggest problem that they had is not that, the car note that she hadn't even brought in. It's the living arrangement. Fourth of your take home pay. That's all you can afford to devote to that. And the other problem is that she just didn't have any knowledge of it. So you got to gain that. And I would say that you need to be looking for a 1-bedroom or studio apartment or something like that. Or maybe it's you stay with the parents and y'all start kicking in some actual rent. Because I would say you probably need to be paying, like you need to go ahead and get a part-time job. And both of y'all need to be working, and you probably need to be paying. I'd be paying the parents, you offer them $500, $600 a month, see what they say. I mean, it's a drop in the bucket, but you got to start somewhere. Now, how is this related to the stuff we usually talk about on here? Relationships, right? It's very simple. You see that woman, she had no accountability whatsoever. Well, this is why we need more nuclear families. Because nuclear families, when you have both mom and dad and the relationship is bonded by marriage, you're less likely to have children who are being raised and they don't know nothing. See, that's because whatever her situation is, she didn't talk much about her boyfriend, but her boyfriend's in a similar situation. That's why I said, I would sit down with them individually. But in their case, if they're going to be living together, we need both of you guys to come to the table. Because I guarantee you, if they're living at his parents, he's more. He seems like he's more in control of his finances than she is. Because again, why? Because she went from mom's house to boyfriend's house, who is being paid for by his parents. I don't know too many parents who are gonna let their son's girlfriend move in like that and they paying the rent. I'm just being honest. That usually doesn't happen. So much information was missing from that. I mean, that young lady was. I applaud her for being willing to sit down and have that conversation on camera, no less. Because most times people they don't want to do it because they get embarrassed, they get ashamed or whatever. But part of the process, if you're trying to plan a life together, is you might have to get humbled in your situation. But, it's great content from the lead attorney. Guys, go subscribe to his channel. I mean, lead attorney's been blowing up ever since he came on YouTube. It's easy for him. But that's because he makes great content. You want a legal aspect? Check out the big brother from Decatur, Georgia. Yes, lead, I know that's where you're from because I watched your channel. That's what's up. But guys, I'm going to say ghost to the next time. Peace. Thanks for making it to the end of this video, but do me another favor, like and subscribe, but also check out these here. Either subscribe or watch videos, one or the other. I don't know which side, but hey, all right.